Yes, it's been hot lately in the Commonwealth, and in fact, the last 2 weeks or so, heat has been the major weather story nationwide. But if you want to know what hot really is, you need to go back exactly 80 years to the summer of 1936. Now, historically, the 1930s have a reputation as the driest decade on record in the lower 48 states, the so-called Dust Bowl years. And for many in the plains, the summer of 36 was near the peak of the dryness. This chart summarizes rainfall that summer, and for the 7 states that are labeled and shaded in brown, it was the driest summer on record going back to 1895, and for another 9 states in the darker tan, it was a top 10% driest. That was also a summer of widespread record-setting heat. Here's a graph of average summer temperature in the lower 48 states going all the way back to the late 1890s. This dot right here, the highest in the whole period, represents the summer of 1936. The hottest on record in the U.S., just above 1934, and also 2011 and 2012. Here's how temperatures that summer stacked up state by state. For the 8 that are labeled and shaded in maroon from Kentucky to Montana, the summer of 1936 was the warmest on record. For the 12 states shaded in orange surrounding those 8 states, it was one of the top 10% warmest summers. And for the 17 states in this peach color, which includes Pennsylvania, it was in the top 30% warmest. For this much of the country to be this warm over a 3-month period is simply unprecedented in the modern record. In the summer of 1936, 15 states, all east of the Rockies, recorded their highest temperature on record, including remarkable readings in the 120s in the Dakotas. The Pennsylvania record of 111 was set that summer in Phoenixville, Chester County, on July 9th and 10th, and only 3 states, Maine, Vermont, and Rhode Island, didn't hit 100 somewhere within their borders that summer. Dozens of cities set their all-time high temperature record in the summer of 1936. Even Canada got into the act with Winnipeg and Toronto, along with New York, Baltimore, Kansas City, and Dallas, to name a few. And check out this historic photo from Omaha, Nebraska, the night of July 25th, 1936, well before air conditioning was common. After an all-time record high of 114 that day, people slept outside on the lawn of the state capitol, as temperatures that night only fell to 91. Finally, here's the highest temperatures that summer at a few Pennsylvania places. With the exception of the higher elevations of the Alleghenies and along the lakeshore, pretty much everyone got to 100 that summer, and the 106 in Williamsport is the highest temperature on record there in 120 years of record keeping. Just a couple daily high temperature records were set over the last week in Pennsylvania, as well as many records for highest low temperatures. The extended forecast is next. We'll let you know if any more of those really warm nights are in store.